Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cut My Music Wrestling Uncut. This
hmm
is the Black Patriot,
This is Mark from MD.
and this is the Wrestling Podcast
Yes.
where we always put wrestling first
hmm
because wrestling is the number one priority.
Yes, it is. And guys, we'd like to thank everybody for the patience. We've been,
Under construction.
we've been under construction. Things have been happening, but I think things have finally got back on track. I'm gonna make a video about what happened to further explain everything. But for now, we're back and we're about to bring you guys some great content. And today we're talking about the hot thing, the hot topic.
The hot topic is
And we all know what that is.
AJ Lee's return.
AJ Lee's return.
And as a disclaimer, before the video gets started, I have to put it out there that AJ Lee is my all-time favorite women's wrestler, so I might sound biased, but I do have points.
Yes, and long as you're able to be objective about things,
Right.
which is cool. And like I said, I came on the AJ Lee probably around. I kind of stopped watching wrestling a little bit. Like I would tune in and out and see her, but from what I did see, I did like. I was like, oh yeah, no, she's very entertaining. And so I am somewhat of a fan of her. So I'm happy to see her back.
Everybody's been clamoring for this. We've been wanting it for so many years now, and especially when they start giving women their own pay-per-views and their own events, we all wanted her.
Yeah, and so she's back. What are your thoughts on that?
I
What do you
think
think they're going to do with her?
I think for right now and the time period that we're in with WWE, it is the best thing that could have happened right now. This is big. AJ Lee is coming in with a lot of fanfare, a lot of star power. She's going to shake the roster up.
Yeah, I've been, and like I said, I disagree with that. I think with Triple H's terrible booking, or really, I don't know if it's Triple H or TKO.
It's Triple H.
This booking is just atrocious. Like, they don't promote LA Knight.
Mm-mm.
New Day fumbled the John Cena heel turn. Like,
was it heel turn or fumble?
The heel turn was definitely a fumble.
Okay.
He just had to just turn face just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
There was no redemption arc or nothing. That means they had no plan for that.
Ain't that crazy?
So I guess The Rock wanted to go and make Cody a heel. I don't know. It's just doesn't make any sense for Cody to be a heel, but
we're going to get it eventually.
Yeah, but Triple H's terrible booking. I don't believe this AJ return is. I think this is going to be a hot thing for the beginning, but for the long run, I don't see it happening.
I would not want that to be a thing. I don't want this hype to fizzle out. It's been a decade. Her fans been wanting her. And what I want to touch on is, she left right when they were about to start taking the women's division seriously.
Well, I think she made them take the women's division seriously because she was just so popular. And like I said, I do acknowledge her great works. I think she was only around for 4 to 5 years. I think that she was basically was putting on a Hall of Fame resume before she left.
Now there's going to be some kind of speculation and skepticism because that era that she was in, the women were not that great. Remember, Nikki Bella was there, Alicia Fox.
These are veterans, though. You know what I'm saying? That's been around. They've never had no
Oksana.
But WWE has always just had a few women that can really go in the ring. Majority of the women are just there for the looks.
That's why her and Paige took that era over. But obviously, AJ was the top star. I had to give a shout out to Caitlyn. Caitlyn was there too.
Oh, Caitlyn was my girl. I had a crush on Caitlyn.
Yeah. Yep, I liked her too. That will be another interesting return if that ever happened. But yeah, I liked her. But AJ stood out from the pack because, in my opinion, more so than her ring work, her charisma. Mm-hmm. Triple H cannot fumble that kind of star power.
I would say this. She has to me, all three intangibles of being a superstar: mic skills, look, the charisma. These are the three things that you must have to be a superstar. And I can see, AJ Lee has that. And like I said, she's right now going for the mid-card title. They got her going for the Becky Lynch title. So I mean, I would like to see her. I guess it wouldn't make sense for her to go after the main title. Or what do you think?
Not yet.
You don't think so?
I would like to see, in my mind, they're going to have their match at WrestlePalooza, this mixed tag match. Punk and AJ is definitely going over. That's, I'm sure. After that, she could get into a one-on-one feud with Becky and they could carry that out. AJ would perceivably win that. I wouldn't have her lose. I would have her going over. Eventually drop that title gracefully to someone else, win the Royal Rumble, and that's when she faced one of the main women's champions.
I don't know if they're going to do that. Like I said, they're not. Her doing this would not make any sense because once again, we're going to talk about the 50-50 booking thing. I'm going to keep talking about that and bringing that up. Once again, they like to have face versus face, heel versus heel. And with this type of booking, nobody truly gets over. And so if you got two faces going at each other, these are your top guys. Well, you're splitting your crowd. And that just doesn't make sense because the crowd is going to root. There's nobody to boo. And it just makes no sense. So nobody truly gets over. And if you got a heel faction, it's terrible to do 50-50 booking because then you're going to lower your other, because one heel faction has to look better than the other. That's why when they had division versus solos,
it didn't look right.
Versus solos faction, obviously they buried solos faction, so you couldn't take it seriously after that. It just, this kind of stuff makes no sense.
I feel like what's going to happen with AJ is the crowd is going to automatically turn whoever she fight into the heel because they're going to boo. They're not going to boo AJ. No way.
Once again, but just the fact that they're going to have face, they're eventually going to have her go face. This is going to be heel versus heel for this right here with the Seth versus Becky stuff. But eventually they're going to have her face another face, and she's just going to be in a wrestling match.
Who would it be? Rhea Ripley?
Most likely, yeah. They can, most likely. I mean, because she's going to have to go through the women's division. So when she comes back, she's going to have to mop up.
So they say she's going to be assigned to Raw.
Okay, she's going to have to mop up a couple jobbers.
Yeah,
first,
definitely.
To get some more wins under her belt, so people could take her like a little bit more seriously and get her into a better rivalry.
She'll eventually face Roxanne. Roxanne is on Raw. Roxanne is a heel.
You're right. Roxanne is a heel.
That's a dream match.
Yeah, so they can maybe have that right there, daughter versus mother,
mother versus daughter. That would be interesting.
But knowing WWE, they're going to fumble that. I don't think they're going to do a good job of that.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, so you're going to go Liv Morgan, yeah. Like I said, AJ, once again, she has the potential to be a superstar, but once again, WWE, especially Triple H and TKO, it's like they don't want to have anybody that's bigger than the company ever again. This is why I do believe Ryback, when Ryback said that, he said that Triple H told him
there'll be no more stars bigger than their,
he said there'll never be another John Cena ever again. And Triple H is Vince's right hand man. So for him to be saying that means that there was never going to be another John Cena.
Now keep that in mind, and I want to ask you this: 93 million views in one day, 13,000 T-shirts sold in one day. Yeah, they're going to really hold her back.
Impressive, yes. And I'm gonna go with the R-Truth shit. They had R-Truth. I might have had a curse there. R-Truth.
Yeah.
R-Truth sat there and had 60 million views in 1 to 2 days. Was lighting up. Was on top of the wrestling world.
Yeah.
He rebrands himself as Ron Killings, and then next thing you know, he's back in some nonsensical feud with Cena. It's like from the feud from before, this stuff made no sense. And then you just start seeing him at catering.
I thought he was about to be Ron Killings, and we were about to see the other side of R-Truth, but nothing happened.
When he started coming back out and they started announcing him as R-Truth again, I was like, okay, this Ron Killings thing is dead. And then he did that comedy skit with Cena.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. He was like, "You're back?" He was like, "I'm back." I was like, oh my God, he's back to comedy guy. That's a guy fired. I made a video defending.
And at the same token, would you consider AJ Lee a bigger star than R-Truth though? It's hard to
So
stop
once
that
again,
kind of
though,
star power.
you have R-Truth, who's on top of the wrestling world, or who's on top of the wrestling world, 60 million views for his return, and you sit there and do not do anything serious with him. You are not in the business of to be talking about like booking. Like, it's terrible. Like, how can you not promote R-Truth? Like, you had something big right there in your hands and you completely just buried that.
Vince knew how to use AJ. At one point, she was the longest reigning Divas champion. I forgot which WrestleMania it was, but she beat all the other Divas in that big battle royal that they had.
She did, yes.
Vince knew what to do with her.
Yeah, and Vince was, like I said, Vince back in the day, yes.
Triple H is no Vince.
He is no Vince, but once again, we got to remember when Vince was on his way towards his latter years, Vince was doing a lot of fan hate booking. So whoever the fans wanted, Vince would just completely bury them. That's why he tried to bury LA Knight when LA Knight was gaining popularity.
Maxim Male Model tried to put him with them.
And then he tried to bury him. And that's what I'm saying. That's Vince McMahon.
The last thing I wanted to touch on is we all saw this was coming. Back in the day, I don't want to bring Vince up again, but when especially of a return of this magnitude, it used to seem like it came out of nowhere. We'll turn on Raw, we'll turn on SmackDown, and we don't know, but it felt like everybody knew it was coming.
Vince was going to sit there and will have a storyline going one week and then completely scrap it and do something completely different the next week.
But his surprise return seemed like more surprise. What I'm saying is this seemed like the worst kept secret in the industry. WWE is everybody knew it was coming.
they're all about, like I said, this is a lot of it is Mickey Mouse booking. They book this stuff for children. Like they it's very cartoonish the way they do this stuff. And like I said, I love wrestling. I've been watching this since I was a kid. I fell in love with this stuff, but this current product and what we're currently getting right now is so terrible. I really do believe that it will bury AJ Lee, and she will be within. She's going to eventually cool down, and I believe they are going to book her on some 50-50 garbage, and she is just going to meander and just probably get a couple more titles and just stay there as long as CM Punk is there.
We got a multi-year deal on the table. As a fan, as this being my all-time favorite female wrestler, I want to have a little bit more faith in that. I hope they're going to, and even if her angles or stories are bad, I think her star power will get us through. It's going to be entertaining. I'm here to see what it is.
Yeah, and like I said, man, feedback on you. I want to see what she got to do too. I really am. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see it. But like I said, I don't have any faith in this, and yeah, and I really do believe I will be proven right because WWE,
the world is watching
on not promoting people who the fans want, and this is why they don't promote LA
That
Knight.
Is true. And that is very true.
And Joe McIntyre, this is why
I cannot deny that
they're purposely doing this. So, like I said, I really do believe they're going to eventually bury AJ Lee. Eventually, I think that's coming down the road, but that's for another video.
Well, this has been Cut My Music Wrestling Uncut. This is the uncut, unfiltered version of Cut My Music Wrestling.
Yes.
I'm the Black Patriot.
Hey, I'm Mark from MD. Oh, yeah. Also, remember, like comment, share, subscribe. There you go. Oh, nice. We was in sync on that. Yeah, just make sure you're in that. Hey, that really helps us out. We really appreciate it. And also, like I said, we got Cut My Music Wrestling is the main page. And then we got Cut My Music Wrestling Uncut. That's like I said, that's where we give you stuff like this. Man, yeah.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah, peace out.
Stay safe.